welcome to another episode coming at you from ChooseYourRelationships.com. Author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on Amazon.com. So I got a question from a long-time listener. He said, what do I wish I knew before I got married? And do I have any doubts or any regrets or anything like that? And that's a good question. And I'm not against the institution of marriage. Not at all. But marriage still works for some people. I just think that due to the level of divorce rates in this country, it's kind of discouraged a lot of people from getting married. But I'm not against marriage at all. I know some people are very successful at being married. I know these people personally. They have they have their problems up and down just like any other couple. But they want to be married. See, and that's the thing. You have to, if you want to stay together, you have to plan to be together. You have to fight to be together. You have to be fully committed. And see, that's the problem with most people. Most people don't commit to anything. And unfortunately, a lot of people get married to people that are just not committed. They have conditions based on how they feel and their level of expectations, and they have that entitlement mentality, and what happens is a lot of people quit. A lot of people quit doing the marriage. They quit on the marriage. That happens a lot because some people just didn't know. They didn't know that person. A lot of people just don't have that drive and determination and that level of commitment. And if you get married to somebody and they quit on you, if they tell you that they quit on you, then the relationship is over. The marriage is over. There's nothing that you can really do about that. If the other person say, "Hey, I can't take it no more. I quit." Blah blah blah. This and that. There's nothing you can do about that. The relationship is over. So you have to move on. And I say the earlier that happens, the better, because you can move on. And if you want to get married a second time, that's cool. But I'm not against marriage. I think you're never going to know everything that you need to know. You're never going to have enough experience with dealing with women. You're never going to have all the answers. So you have to figure it out. Things are going to happen. It's going to be out of your control. You can only control yourself and things that you are in control of. So a lot of stuff you're going to have to adapt a lot to a lot of different things. And you have to be flexible. And see, that's the problem right there. Most people are not flexible. Most people like to be able to predict what's going to happen all the time. All the time. People want to predict what's going to happen. I'm like, real life doesn't really work like that. You can't predict what's gonna happen all the time. I mean, that's almost impossible. That's like, this ain't no movie or no reality show. This is real life out here. You can't predict what's gonna happen all the time. You might have an idea, but it just doesn't work like that. And see, a lot of women are not good at. A lot of women have a hard time making changes with themselves. They have a hard time with that. Oh man. And see, I think being that I've kind of been around a lot. I think that kind of gives me a kind of advantage, being that I'm ex-military. Because in the military, the number one thing they teach us is to adapt. I'm talking like sometimes instantly, on the fly. You have to be open to make changes very rapidly. So you have to be very flexible. So you have to open your mind to different possibilities. And I think a lot of people have a hard time with that. Because I think a lot of people that get married shouldn't have never gotten married in the first place. I think. See, I know a lot of people that want to be married, thinking about getting married, or gotten married. And I know it's people that's divorced too. And I think you have to have a certain personality. And a lot of these people, this amazes me. I'm still fascinated by this. How can you get married and you're like antisocial? I don't understand this. It's kind of like a lot of people, they want to get married to the guy or the woman, but it's kind of like, I just want to talk to that person, but no one else. I'm like, no, it doesn't work like that. If you get married to somebody, that other person has a family, just like you have a family. They probably have, more than likely, they have sisters and brothers, aunts and uncles, cousins. They got somebody. Even if it's one person left, they got somebody. They have friends, associates. But a lot of these people they have bad social skills. They don't really want to they don't want to have anything to do with his side of the family or her side of the family. I know a lot of people that's like this. Unfortunately, that's probably the majority of couples that I meet. They might tolerate the friends and family. Oh yeah, a lot of people will put on a good face, but in reality, they don't really. If it was up to them, they wouldn't have a relationship with anybody else on his side of the family or her side of the family. And I've had some people that actually admitted to it. They said they don't give a shit about having a relationship with her mom or her dad or his mom or his dad. I've had some people that were bold where they didn't care. But if you really think about it, that's kind of crazy. That's the craziest thing. That's one of the craziest things I've ever heard. If you it's like, why would you want to get married to somebody, but you don't want to have a relationship with her mom or her dad? I'm not saying you should go over there every week or every other day, but at least take some initiative to get to know them, because the more you get to know her mom or her dad or his mom or his dad, the more you have a good feeling of who you're dealing with, who you're about to get with. But you about to get married to this person. But in most cases, it doesn't happen like that. I mean, I know some people that actually got married to somebody, never met the parents until afterwards. I'm like, that's the craziest thing. I mean, and then they wonder why it doesn't work out. Because you never met the parents. You really didn't know anything about this person until you got married. And when y'all started living together, that's when things guaranteed it's gonna come out. You're gonna meet the real person when you start living with this person. Because no one can keep up an act but so long. No one can do that. So I think a lot of people just they like they treat marriage like it's a vacation. Well, they treat all relationships like it's a vacation. But you can't look at marriage like a girlfriend-boyfriend relationship. See, now first off, let's get one thing straight. There's no such thing as a girlfriend or boyfriend in reality. And let's just be honest. I mean, think about all the relationships you've been in with, all the girlfriends, boyfriends you've been with. You were just having fun. BSing. That's all you were really doing. It wasn't nothing serious. Maybe you like being around the person. Yeah, I know. Maybe you like hanging out, having a good time, drinking, smoking, taking a drive, going on a trip. Yeah, you like the experience. I know. I've been there too and done that and bought the t-shirt, you know. But it wasn't that serious. It wasn't a level of commitment there. Because the next person, you had somebody else on the side, or somebody called you every once in a while. Somebody got your attention. You probably responded in such a way. Yeah, I got a man, but he's this and that and blah. We've been together for a long time. Yeah, I got a girl, but we've been together for a long time. We're going through our struggles. It wasn't that serious in reality. Yeah, you were attracted to them. Yeah, I know. But it wasn't really that serious. But marriage is a next level. Marriage is the real commitment. This is going to teach you what you're really made of when you get married. Because the person you're looking at is a reflection of who you are on some levels. Not all levels, but some levels. Because you get who you are. You attract who you are. That's how this works. So, I mean, either you're married or you're single. That's how this works. Yeah, some people say, oh, I got a side piece. I got a side chick. Yeah, that's stuff that people just come up with anything today. To make it, to justify why it is the way it is. You can call it whatever you want. But I'm telling you, I've never seen girlfriend in no law books. Not even the Bible. And I'm not a Bible thumper, but I've never seen it nowhere. If you go to court, the judge ain't gonna ask you. The judge or the attorney's not gonna ask you if you got a girlfriend. All right, is this your wife? Yes, no. That's it. They're not gonna ask you if you got a girlfriend, you got a side piece, You got any associate? No. No. So they don't play those games when things get real. But we do that in society. See, society gives people a pass and kind of justifies why people do what they do. They can make things normal if they really want to. But when things get real, when it's time for you to go in that courtroom, you're gonna see how things really go down. So just keep that in mind. So when you're out and about, don't put too much stock into dating people unless y'all building. Unless y'all have had an actual conversation about, hey, we're planning on being together, doing this and that. Okay, that's different. But if that ain't the case, I wouldn't put too much stock into it. I'm just being real. But when you get married, you're basically, you have two emerging families coming together. You have to be a social scientist. Somebody has to do it. Either you gonna do it or your partner gonna do it. Somebody has to be that person that's going to establish a decent relationship between the families. Somebody has to do it. It's either gonna be you or her, or him or her. Somebody has to do it. And I've never seen, well, I'm not going to say never, but in most cases, it's usually one person that takes the lead. Usually, And so you want to have a good relationship. You don't want there to be tension between you and the parents. You don't want that. You want your mom and your dad to like your wife. You want her parents to like you. Now, they don't have to be your biggest fan or whatever, but you don't want them to dislike you. That's all I'm saying. To me, that's important to me. To some people, they don't care. And you want to maybe you want kids. I would assume you want kids. If you don't want kids, why get married? That's just me. I would assume you probably want at least 1 or 2 kids or more. And another thing I would say is, if I would have known what I know now, I would have had more than one stream of income. That's what I would have done. Cause see, I kind of underestimated how much it really costs to be married. It takes a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of focus. Really. And you just never know. Things happen. You can't predict what's going to happen. Things happen. You got 2 people together. Somebody might get sick. One of her parents might get sick. Now she has to go visit her parents. Or you have to go visit your parents if they get sick. The car might broke down. The child might get sick. You might lose your job. She might lose her job. You get laid off. All kind of things can happen. So you kind of have to anticipate stuff happening. You don't have to like it. You have to anticipate that things are going to happen. Everything is not going to be peaches and cream. And see, a lot of people can't take the pressure. They say pressure busts pipes. So a lot of people don't have the mental capacity to handle a lot of things that might happen. This is why a lot of people quit. You know, so you can't plan everything. A lot of people say, oh, you just plan better. You need to just plan better. That's all. No, you can't plan everything. This ain't no girlfriend boyfriend relationship. You can't plan. It's almost impossible to plan everything because you have two people together plus kids plus parents, and if something happened to your parents or her parents, of course you want to help out if you can. To me, that's like, that'd be the right thing to do. I mean, if you can. But some people don't think like that either. Some people that are married, they're just for self. So I'm like, why would you get married if you're just for self? See, some people have a kind of a cutthroat mentality. Some people are willing to sacrifice you for more freedom for them. So I'm like, wait a minute. You can't. That don't work. I mean, all you gotta do is tear the relationship up. And you're gonna build mistrust. The person won't trust you anymore. You keep doing that. And a lot of people, the mistake that a lot of people make is they bring other people in their relation, in their marriage. They get let other people in their business, in their family business. So now you got other people. You brought whenever you bring your family or her family into your business, that relationship was over. That relationship was over. Because now you got you got family members talking about what y'all got going on, but they really don't know what's going on. They only know as much as what y'all told them. So, rule number 1, keep your family out of your business. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, establish more streams of income. Don't depend on your job. Don't depend on one stream of income. It's gonna take a lot. It really is. You know, and you have to fight to be together. You don't have to fight to get married. Oh, that's easy. It's easy getting married. And I think a lot of women, especially, they enjoy the ceremony. That's like the highlight of their lives. Just the wedding. But after the wedding, that's when the games begin. That's when the real work begins. Because, and see, a lot of people I don't think they had a mental capacity, you know, because, and a lot of this depends on how you were raised too. Because some people growing up, man, they had it easy all their lives. The parents done everything. Every time the kid ran into some problems, they call up the mom or the dad and they come and rescue them. So a lot of people really had it easy. And as they get older, they still doing the same thing. As soon as they have some problem, they call up the mom or the dad, and the mom will send them a couple $100. Okay, go ahead and pay it. Or the mom will just pay whatever it is. You know, so it's that's a problem. That's really a problem if y'all together, because what's gonna happen if her mom and her dad is helping y'all out? If that's the case, well, they're going to be all in y'all business, because after a while they're gonna be trying to figure out, how come y'all can't pay y'all bills? What y'all doing with y'all money? So they're gonna be up in y'all business now. So they're gonna be pulling the strings and controlling the relationship. And I don't know about you, but I wouldn't like that. I would have a problem with that. I wouldn't like being pulled around by the nose by her mom, by her parents. And it could happen with your parents. Your parents could be paying a lot of the bills, And now they could be up in your business too, with you and your wife. You know, now there's always an exception to the rule, because sometimes things happen. People get sick. Maybe you lost your job. Maybe she lost her job. And yeah, I understand all that. This is why I said you should have more than one income, because you have to anticipate that something at some point is going to happen. And see, the longer you stay together, the more problems, the more things could get complicated. Because the longer you stay together, 9 times out of 10 you're going to have kids. You have 2, 3 kids, at least one. And kids are very expensive. So there's no such thing as having enough money if you have kids. There's no such thing. You know, you're going to need as much money as you can if you have kids. There's no such thing as having enough money. So you got to really be very strategic how you earn money, how you earn income. A lot of it was a learning process for me, because you're never going to know everything, and you're never going to have enough experience at doing everything. It's impossible, because every day you either growing or dying. That's how it is. And you have to fight to be together. You have to want to be together. And see, it's not about how you feel all the time. You know, we live in a feel-good society where some women especially, they don't feel good. This relationship sucks. A lot of people feel, a lot of women really feel this way. It's not about feeling good all the time. I don't feel good all the time. Nobody feels good all the time. I'm not happy all the time. It's impossible. It's not about that. It's about two people coming together and working together on the same page as a team, like kind of like a football team, a football game. You have 11 players on either side. They working together in accords together every play. That's how your marriage has to be. That's how your family has to be. That's how your team has to be. That's how your business has to be if you got one. It's a team sport. You have to be in it to win. And a lot of people have a problem. A lot of people don't understand this. They can't, for whatever reason, they live in that fairy tale world where, you know, they're looking at the movies and they got all this, you know, the rose petals is flying all over the place. The guy give the girl flowers, and you're not gonna do that every day. You're not gonna give your woman flowers every day. You're not gonna give your woman candy every day. That's not reality. You're not gonna be having sex every day. That's not reality. You're not gonna be happy every day. Some days y'all might be alright. Some days y'all might be cool, great, and every once in a while y'all might have a little tension between each other. But it shouldn't last long. Most of the time, y'all should be on the same page. And it has to be a certain level of respect there for each other. It can't be just your way or the highway. You know, it can't be that way. You have to live with this person every day. You know, so it's like, it has to be a certain level of respect. And see, the biggest problem a lot of people have is they can't get past the problems. And who said that the problems have to be solved completely? Anyway, a lot of people say, hey, you know, We never solved the problem. Who said the problem is supposed to be solved? I mean, there's always there's always an alternative. There's always something to do. But, I think a lot of people have been conditioned in a way where it's like a lot of people are just delusional about marriage. A lot of people don't even know how marriage came about. I don't even think they care. They just only care about how their marriage is supposed to go, whatever that is. And a lot of women are the marriage that they want. I don't even think the guy is even able to provide in most cases. I think a lot of women are delusional, just as more as or worse than men. A lot of guys want some perfect woman that been with less than 5 guys, and she got a body like them girls on Instagram, and she eat healthy 7 days a week. She's a 7-day vegan, something like that. And she, what else? They like her to look lavish every day, look cute 7 days a week. She got the perfect body, hips, lips, thighs, butt. Everything has to be perfect in his eyes. No flaws. I'm like, what? Look, them Instagram women. A lot of these women, the average woman, first off, the average woman, most women on Instagram, you can't compare those women to where you at, regardless of where you live at. Where you live at, in most cases, most women don't look like that. And most of those women, a lot of those women on Instagram, they've had surgery, plastic surgery. So for you to compare the women in your town to the women on Instagram, I think you're doing yourself a disservice. Now, there's some women that do look like that where you live, but that ain't the majority, unfortunately. And how do you know that you can pull those type of women that look like that on Instagram anyway in your city, in your town? You might not be able to pull those women. You have to have hella game. In most cases, just because those athletes and entertainers pull those women, that don't mean you can do it. Those guys have high status in society. Oh, there's different levels to this game out here. You have to know who you are, and you have to use whatever you're working with to get what you want. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you have to know who you are and use whatever assets and resources you have to get the best woman you can get out here. And when you meet her, she ain't gonna be no finished product, because you ain't a finished product. So y'all gonna have to grow together. That's what you're gonna have to do. And see, this brings me to my last point. When you get together, you have to grow together. You have to build together. And see, a lot of people make the mistake, when they get together, they grow apart, because they're not doing anything together. Only thing they did is they got married and had kids together, got a house together, got cars together. That's it. But that ain't really growing. That's just kind of like a one-shot deal. And they're not doing anything consistently together. They don't work out together. They don't cook together. They don't sleep together. They don't walk together. They don't talk together. They don't really do anything together. And that's why it doesn't last. Because they're not really planning anything together. They're not really doing very much of anything in most cases. But hey, these are just some of the things that I wish I knew, and some of the things that I've experienced being around other married people as well. And like I said, I'm not against marriage, but at the same time, marriage is not for everybody. You have to be a different type of person to get into a marriage. And you're gonna have to fight to be together. See, there's a lot of things that's set up for marriage to fail. There's a lot of institutions, a lot of movements out here. They want to destroy marriage. But you can beat the odds. You can beat the odds when it comes to anything. And I'm a product of that. I've beaten the odds many times. I mean, I'm not even supposed to be living. I beat the odds as far as surviving. So there's a reason why I'm still here. So hey, well, tell me what you think about marriage. Are you married? You plan on getting married? What do you think about the institution of marriage? What do you think the state of marriage? I'd like to hear it in the comment section below. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.